Hey guys, Brian delivered you the goods here. I'm returning to you for another album review. This is actually going to be for the third album that came out on March 10th that I didn't get a chance to review due to me taking a break from YouTube for a bit just to get moved and all that. So basically, I'm returning to you for the Periphery album. This is for Periphery 5. Djent is not a genre album review, so I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this very long album, which was over an hour. It was like hour and 10 minutes long for 9 tracks, and let you know my thoughts on each track. So let's dive into this album review now. Basically, it starts with Wildfire, and off the bat, it's a pretty good start. So I really like the lead singer's vocals, and his screaming vocals are really good. You can definitely go check out my track review I did for it last week. I think you guys will enjoy it. So 5 out of 5 for Wildfire. Atropos or Tropos, I believe is what it's called, if I'm saying it right. Pretty good song. Really like it. It's very lengthy. It's around almost 8.5 minutes, or close to 8.5 minutes, but it's an enjoyable song and something. A lot of experimentation in this track with the metalcore, and his vocals sound really good with his clean vocals too. So 5 out of 5 for Atropos, I believe it's what it's called. I'm not sure. I might be mispronouncing it, so please forgive me on that. But next is Wax Wings, and that's a pretty amazing song. Definitely rocks for sure. A lot more clean vocals from the lead singer, and the drum work and guitar work's pretty good from time to time. It just depends on which part and if there's breakdowns in it as well. That sound really good. So 5 out of 5 for Wax Wings. Really enjoyed this track. Everything is Fine was a little bit shorter of a track, but it's still slightly lengthy. It's around 5 minutes of a track, but overall it gets the job done, and it sounds pretty good from what I listened to. So 5 out of 5 for that one. Silhouette is a more electronic experimental song that I'm really not connecting with, but I think it's decent in its own way. It's not terrible. It just has its decent moments, in my opinion. Sorry, my Xbox silenced on me with the picture and all that, so please forgive that. Uh, Basically, 4 out of 5 for Silhouette. I think it got eh. It's just a decent song. Then we get to Dying Star, and that's a solid track. There's good drum work in it. I'll give it that, and guitar work's pretty amazing. But some of his clean vocals have its moments where it's good and where it's iffy with me. So with that being said, I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5. Zagreus is another single that was off this album, and it's a pretty rocking song for sure. It's pretty long. It's like over 8 minutes, but it's pretty enjoyable. So 5 out of 5. Then we get to the last two very lengthy songs. The first one being Dracule Gross, I believe is what it's called. That's a really amazing song, but it's over 12 minutes. So you're in for a lengthy track with this one. So that's why it took me a bit to get done with this album, because I was listening to this while my new video was uploading. So this may take a little bit for this one to upload. So 5 out of 5 for Dracule Gross. Thanks Snowbow is the final track, and it ends pretty swiftly with as the album closer, and it's enjoyable for the first 5-6 minutes, and then it cuts out with some pretty nice soothing outro to the track, which with just background music and all that, sounding pretty interesting to see where they're gonna go with their next album. But for that song, I'd give it a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. So overall, in my opinion, I think Periphery 5 Djent is not a genre album is a pretty good album. Just has two least favorite songs I just think are decent and solid, and the other tracks did pretty amazing in my personal opinion. I think Silhouette just had some issues with me. I just wasn't feeling for the experimental electronic stuff in it. It just, I know Dayseeker did that with some of their album Dark Sun, and that I can understand because they wanted to experiment with that album, but make it a personal record. where people can feel for it. This song is just, cluttery for Silhouette. It has its good moments, meaning its decent moments, and its iffy moments. So if I were to give this album a score, I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10 for Periphery. 5 Djent is not a genre by Periphery. So with that being said, 8.5 out of 10 for this new album by Periphery. Periphery. 5 Djent is not a genre album. Thanks for watching.